What's going on, everyone? Robert from the Remote Control here, and just want to talk to you about the Avengers Infinity War trailer that dropped today. And, yeah, I mean, it came out just like they said it would. and I got a chance to check it out a few times. I think I've watched it 4 or 5 times now. First time I was completely blown away with it. I thought it was excellent. I thought it was a really good trailer. But the more and more I watched it, there were definitely issues I saw with the trailer. And again, it's just a trailer. It doesn't mean anything for the movie, although if you know me, if you've listened to my podcast, if you've listened to me talk, if you've seen some of my articles written, you will know that I am pretty critical when it comes to the Russo brothers' last outing in the Marvel Universe of Civil War. I felt that movie was not everything it could have been. I believe it's actually one of the worst movies in the MCU. So all you Marvel fans right now who are all watching this right now, you're probably going to want to just say, yep, see ya, click, whatever, bye if you do leave. With that said, this trailer, I'm excited. I'm really excited about this movie. I want it to be great. I want it to be amazing. But there's just something that felt off with it. And, we got to see all of our favorite characters. Definitely love seeing the little change in Vision, how he somehow makes him look human. That way the relationship between he and Scarlet Witch will probably be pretty big within this within the movie here, so definitely looking forward to that. Spider-Man being in the Iron Suit, or Iron Spider suit, I think they kind of shot their web a little too early there. They probably should have held that back as much as possible. I know that they showed that at the Comic-Con trailer. Yeah, was it Comic-Con that they showed a trailer, or San Diego? Yeah, whatever. But the thing is I feel that they should have held back on some things, and Marvel usually is pretty good at that in a sense, but most of the time they're like, here's what we got for you, and they just give it to you. And I think in this case, this big event film, this just huge epic that this is turning out and should be should be handled with more care than it is. And I think that, showing the Iron Spider suit so early on kind of gives away a little bit. I know that we saw it at the end of Homecoming, and everybody got excited, oh, we're going to see the Iron Spider suit, but, Peter turns it down and walks away from it and doesn't want to, use it at that point in time. He's not ready to be more responsible than what he should be, I guess, So you have that whole aspect of it. But I think what really just turned me off from this trailer, especially after watching it, and no, it's not the CGI. I know it's, the CGI is still going to be rough a little bit. It's definitely something, it's a work in progress. This movie is 7 months out, 6 months out, so I'm not worried about the CGI. That's going to be fixed, prior to that. But Thanos is my big issue with this trailer. He just doesn't seem menacing. He doesn't seem menacing. His voice, he sounds like Josh Brolin, yeah, but not menacing at all. Like, when you saw him in Guardians of the Galaxy, he had this overpowering, not voice, but feeling to him. Like, he just felt big and larger than life. In his trailer, he didn't, yeah, I know, he punches Iron Man and he falls, and he's talking about how, getting the stones and wearing the gauntlet, is making him feel great, but I don't know. There was something about Thanos that just felt little. That's the best way to put it, just little. I don't know. I wish that I didn't feel that way, because I really want to enjoy this movie, and for all I know, maybe it won't ruin the movie for me at all whenever it comes out in May, but as of right now, I'm no less excited or no more excited than I was prior to seeing this trailer. Again, I'm afraid of the Russo brothers and what they're going to do to this movie. I mean, they hit gold with the Winter Soldier, but I've always said this: the Winter Soldier is not simply a superhero comic book film. It's a spy thriller within a comic book superhero film, and that's what made it so great. And I think it's the fact that the Russo brothers in Civil War tried to make a comic book movie, and they failed because they can't make a comic book movie. They just don't have the chops to do it. Not saying that they don't have chops to make good movies, because they do, but when it comes to the comic book genre, I don't think they do, and I think that's going to be kind of a problem going into Infinity War and then Avengers 4. And who knows? I mean, maybe they'll blow it out of the water. Maybe they'll knock my socks off, and I'll just be ecstatic about it. Maybe it'll be the greatest superhero film to ever come out. I don't know. But at this point, the trailer was fun. It was what it needed to be. You know, like I said, I watched it the first time, thought it was great. I was excited about it. But I don't know. It's not one of those trailers that I can sit there and watch over and over again. I mean, Civil War, I watched that trailer so many times. I was so excited about that movie. And then it was just a disappointment. And that might be a big reason why this trailer just isn't doing it for me, because I'm worried about what happened with Civil War. I think holding the Guardians out until like the post-credit scene of a trailer, which whatever, that was a little upsetting. Also, the fact that Thor had the eye patch there. I know that Thor Ragnarok's been out for almost a month now, but I think it's still a little early to give away such a big spoiler from that movie, and that's just kind of disappointing. I mean, you figure there could be people that still have yet to see Ragnarok, and they see this trailer and see he has an eye patch, and they're just like, what the heck? What happened? So, I don't know. What did you guys think? Throw something down in the comments below. Let me know what you think, what you thought. Again, I nothing on those people who are more excited about the movie than I am. Good. I want you to be, because again, I've always said this. I want these comic book movies to succeed. I want them to get big. I want them to make money, because the more money they make, the bigger they get, the more that they're going to make, the more movies they're going to make. So, definitely keep an eye on that. Or an eye on that. Definitely let me know what you think below and everything like that. And the reason why I said keep an eye on that is because, we got that whole news that Disney and Fox are back into negotiations for Disney buying parts of Fox and possibly bringing the X-Men and Fantastic Four back to the Marvel Universe, which I think would be fantastic if they did. I know a couple weeks back on our podcast, I kind of spoke of the dangers in doing that, because they could potentially, they potentially could just ruin what we've been getting. We're getting 6 to 8 comic book movies a year, but if Disney owns all these properties, you could probably take 2 or 3 movies a year off of that, because Disney's not going to want to be putting that much money into the industry every year. I mean, you figure that would be, for Disney to do that, you're looking at least a movie every other month, and I don't think they have it in them to do that, or at least Marvel, from a Marvel standpoint. But besides that, I think it would be excellent to see the X-Men team up with the Avengers, or have an Avengers versus X-Men type of film, or whatever it is. And there's some people that think that with Captain Marvel they could be leading up to Secret War or something like that. So whatever it is, I'm excited when it comes to the Marvel Universe, especially if Disney can purchase Fox. Purchase Fox and some of their properties that they own. But again, just let us know what you thought of the Infinity War trailer below. If you want to call me out, let me go for it, because I'm all for it. Whatever. Bring it on, people. But with that said, I've been Robert from the Remote Control, and you will be getting more of these videos as time goes on, because I want to get more out there, get more notoriety and stuff like that. Make sure you check out our weekly podcast, this week's podcast of the Remote Control. We talked a lot of things, Marvel, Infinity War. We talked a good bit about Justice League. We also talked a good bit about the way movie critics have been hurting Hollywood. So check out that podcast. You can find it on Podbean, iTunes, again, blah, blah, blah. Again, it's it's called the Remote Control Podcast. So I think that's everything. So I guess I will talk to you all later. See ya.